Okay, this is going to be a follow-up review to the Epson ET-2750. We're going to take a look at it after owning it for a little over 6 months now. So I'm just going to print out a random page off the internet from Best Buy. It's going to have a whole bunch of garbage on it. Doesn't really matter. Point is here is from sleep mode, how fast first page out, especially after the printer sat dormant for a few days. So here we go. Okay, we're going to hit print now. Printing. There it is. Printer's got it. And I mean, that thing jumped right out. It started printing pretty quickly. Your first page out, you're not really going to have to wait for it. I don't know how many pages this is. Let's see. The other thing I just really like about this printer is the ability to cancel a job and it just kills it. The hard part is reading these icons. Yeah, it is. Like when you hit that cancel button, the job is done. And I really like that because you don't have to worry about wasting more ink or paper. It just kills it, spits the paper out, and is ready for the next thing. So let's print out our statistics page here. Usage history, we want that one. Our usage and how this thing's been doing. Okay, so we're revisiting the Epson ET-2750 and its current usage. This printer went online in July of 2018. It is now January 2019, and you can see that we have not used much. Now, obviously, that depends on how much I've been using it. So let's take a look at that. Here's some numbers we probably really want to know about. First time printing, July 13th, 2018. Today's date, woo! January 12th, 2019. So my follow-up in 6 months was pretty on par here. Number of pages, total number of pages, 395, so almost 400 pages have been printed. About almost 200 of them are black and white and almost 200 color. And a lot were two-sided, and that was simply because for some reason the Macs, if you're printing from a Mac, it often, even iPhones and iOS devices, for some reason Apple devices want to print on both sides. It's probably an effort to conserve paper. It's mainly all letter, so that's, I'm not printing on big sheets or small sheets, so that's all just regular paper. And now what is it that I'm printing? A web page output, such as something, you know, of this nature. This would be very typical. This could be concert tickets. I don't do much photo printing with this device at all, and I was asked about that, so I think it's fair to just try out and see how well this would reproduce a good quality photo. Resolution is 300 dpi, which is generally always a good DPI to print out, regardless of what DPI the printer advertises. 300 is just 300 to 600. It's generally always good to use. Its dimensions are 3500 by 2500. So this is a nice high-res photo. So we're going to go ahead and tell it to print this guy. Anyway, here's the print settings I'm using, in case you're wondering, and here we go. All right. Well, first things first is that I immediately hear it responding. This is a pretty big image, and it is just chomping right at the bit. I don't know if that's good or bad. Let's see what this thing looks like when it comes out. Okay, so here's what the output looks like, and So you're on video here. It's going to be very difficult to tell. I'm going to let you get up close. You can see what that looks like. The text. So far, my thought is the output's going to be business quality, I would say. It's going to be fair, but I wouldn't, if you're looking for portrait photos to hang in your house or something perhaps that you'd want to put in front of a client that you needed nice resolution photos for, I wouldn't say this is the guy, but this is their starter series. This is not meant for photo printing. This is only the bare minimum for color with the 3 RGB palette basically, and so considering that, it's pretty good. Now once again, I'm not printing this type of stuff, but I could see that given how much ink it threw on this paper, this guy is easily gonna last the 2 years. That gives you some idea, folks. And we're printing web pages out, we're printing out pages with mixed content. This would be way more than I would ever print. As far as any maintenance I've had or any issues I've had over the past 6 months, I really haven't had any besides, I don't want to call it an issue, I think it was just I did have to do maintenance in that the printer heads misaligned. The output started getting very, the colors were overlapping, you're getting bleeding of colors everywhere, and so the printer has a way of dealing with that, and it's actually a very nice way of dealing with it. It has a certain process you go through where it prints out a page and then tells you kind of what areas of the page don't look right, and then it adjusts it from there, and it's actually really nice the way it works. So after I did that, it looks pretty good. So other than that, really no issue. Probably my only other issue is I keep this tray closed, and when you print, it's just going to come out, fall on the floor. I always leave it on, and I don't really ever have to think about it. And the fact that this ink is still going makes me very happy. So we're going to see how that goes, and maybe over this next 6 months, maybe I'll tax it a bit more just for the benefit of YouTube Nation here, and see if I can drain these down a little bit. So that's it. Hope you found this helpful. Please like and subscribe. I will continue to revisit this at least once every 6 months, maybe sooner if there's some sort of update, and we'll get to that 2-year mark and beyond and see how these tanks are doing. This is Bartlett Blog. Thanks for watching.